Your turn, talk to
Wait, they don't know.
Shoot the guy! It's calm! Yes! We're going! Let's go!
They can't really help each other.
Yeah, individual plays. Demon 1 focusing here towards the pillar. Bucio supporting with stars at least. The Rico! Oh my god! Shot by Demon 1! It's a 2v2 now. Blade Storm available. And the crossfire is being set up the off angle. It's at the crash. He's on a 2 versus 1. Swings back out, but it's Bucio with the kill. The 2v4 converted by EG.
Calm's watching it, guys. This is it.
This is how it ends. Zeppa's the last one up.
Look at Demon 1 going for it.
I want it. The flash and the kill delivers. They prove lightning can strike the same place twice. Evil geniuses, welcome to Tokyo.
So today we're going to take a look at a team that barely made the playoffs, but now is going to Masters Tokyo and Champs after beating what I think most people would have had as the best 2 NA teams. And so does that make EG now the best NA team? Because they managed to beat NRG without winning a single pistol round somehow. And then they came and played against C9 and absolutely destroyed them. Now we're going to take a look at Fracture today because Bind honestly was just so much of a stomp. There really wasn't much interesting to talk about. So let's talk about Fracture then, and how did EG do this? And so let's start with round number 3, which I think gives us a bit of a good sense for how the game was going. This is EG's bonus round, and of course this was a stomp, and for a stomp you need one team to play very well, which they did, but of course C9 did not play up to their expectations either, as we will see in this round. So, C9, what they're going to do in this round, they're on the attacking side. They're just basically going to go for an A split here, and when they get the contact in A main, they're going to try and pinch on A main, right? So they're going to try and do this and trap the people in here, and hopefully get a free kill from it. Unfortunately for them, that's not how it's going to go. We're going to get an early flash, so they tell them, you know, that we're in there, right? We get some contact early on. Obviously, the flash sees Jogmo. Leaf walks up, and, you know, they trade a couple bullets, and we get the stun pushing them back out. We're going to get a boombot here from Jogmo as well, and this is where we start to talk about EG and how things were going right for EG and what has changed with this team. And one of the things that has changed is they are so decisive and they were so fast to come up with plans of how to, you know, get kills in this map, and things happen very fast, right? This has all happened very fast. The boombot comes out, Jogmo follows the boombot up, okay? And what's going to happen is Demon 1 has walked back close enough so that he can come and smoke this off. Calm is then going to send a dart this way and end up with a dart that comes out towards A main. And the idea is Jogmo is going to walk up here and he's going to spam with the dart onto those players. Now that is quite a few different moving parts for a plan that has come together so quickly. And this is what EG were doing a lot of, right? Very, very fast. Multiple players all on the same page very quickly, and things work, right? Because what happens here is Leaf is going to destroy this boombot. So they know he's somewhat close, right? But when this dart is about to land in just a second, you see Jogmo gets into position. This dart is going to land just here. This dart scans all of this, right? Apart from like just behind this box, this dart is scanning you. And so you've just destroyed the boombot when it was like here. You don't have time to not be caught by this dart. Like, you have to get caught by this dart or destroy it. But the dart doesn't get destroyed. So Jogmo, realizing that, goes, there might be someone in this smoke. And so he just spams and he gets the kill. Now, C9, you know, whilst this is all going on, they're now ready to, you know, come and do this pinch on the players in main that they know are there. They even send out this Brimmel, knowing that they've kind of pushed up, and they're ready to come and, you know, split on these players and potentially get what they hope is a free kill. The problem, though, they're going to have is that as Zeppa is coming in here towards A main and he's trying to blast back in, Rooney's going to stun for him, but he gets caught by his own teammate's stun, and this is like kind of some of the problems that C9 were having, where that's going to slow everything down, and they aren't going to be able to do this. So Ethan runs away, but you'll see in just a second we go to Zeppa's POV, and Jogmo kind of is a kill there for him, right? He could probably get this kill, but unfortunately he's stunned, so he has to just throw a nade at him, and then we get Zelsis here. This is a bit odd, because we've got Ethan who sent out this Aftershock, kind of in this direction. I don't know if Zelsis, exactly what happens here, if he gets spammed down or what. He gets a bit, maybe a little bit lost, and he ends up dying to the aftershock there. And so now Jogmo, now that Zelsis is dead, he can solely focus on Zeppa, right? And Ethan is even coming to help. Doesn't even need the help for the first one, but now Jake's trying to get this kill as well, and now they double swing, and again, you see, I mean, look at that, right? Like, perfect double swing, and Rooney is in a 1v5 all of a sudden against a bonus. He gets one, but then dies. And this was how a lot of this game started off early. Yes, we do have some mistakes from C9, no doubt, but EG, you see how quick everything was going for them, how on the same page everyone was, and they were winning all of these fights, and it was a really good start. But now let's come to the very next round, because I have to shout out Demon 1, because he's just changed this team. There is no other way of saying it. He's so good at this game that I think it just raises everyone else's confidence in EG, no doubt, right? Because C9, they're going to go for a B split here, and they're going to walk up. But here's Demon 1, and he's just going to be holding this angle as a Brim, and he's just not going to move. He's just going to trust himself that he's just going to hit those shots. And this was happening over and over again, where he's so confident and he's so good that I think everyone else on EG goes, well, we've got Demon 1, so we're feeling pretty good. And we saw pretty much everyone in EG pop off at different moments in this series, but I just have to shout out Demon 1, and let's just take a look at what happened next as Demon 1 holds his ground.
Every single round, and that dart was a perfectly good indicator of it. And then when you have guys like Demon 1 who are doing things on their own, just winning the straight-up duels against Zeppa and against Jake, you see why this is such a successful map for them.
And while Leaf and Zelsis are looking for a pick there, Demon 1 setup is insane. He's actually hoping that that turret is heard from the players in tree, and he's peeking under it.
One enemy remaining.
It's just so clean. I think, again, expecting them to walk through that smoke, the alarm bot tripped, and everybody's just watching.
Flawless.
What?
I mean,
Well, we would get to round 7 at 6-0, but this is where the game started to take a bit of a turn, where things got a bit more chaotic, and C9 started to play pretty fast in general. We'll see in this round that EG kind of also help out with the playing fast, because they're going to go for a smoke here, and they're going to try and attack Arcade and potentially get some kills. But you'll see how this goes as we start this round. Unfortunately, they run into a Razor and, you know, end up dying. So they send out the stun, they send out this dart, again, hoping for the scan. Zeppa smartly runs into the smoke, so he doesn't get scanned there, otherwise he probably would be dead. Pops the ult, really well played by Zeppa. Yes, he does get traded, but Jake also manages to get another kill as well. So we end up in this 4v3, and now it's kind of all chaotic, right? And you'll see here from Com's decision-making as well in just a second, you know, we get this tag onto the Killjoy. Now let's take a look at how the rest of the round unfolds, and you'll see it does get a bit crazy, a bit chaotic, and people just start going off it on their own and, you know, trying to win the round.
even just used it. Maybe they convert that into something, but Busio once again wins the 1v1 against Leaf.
And it is uncharacteristic, but Cloud9 coming out with the advantage. Leaf there popping his Seekers by himself and getting punished by Busio for it, giving up the position where he's at. I think he intended to fake there. But there was so much scrap going on the other side. Ethan, what an angle.
Only one, and I thought for a moment that Busio was going to be set up for the second, but Cloud9 finally get on the board.
So C9 were able to get back to 6-3, and there had been some like more chaos rounds going on and very fast kind of rounds going on. So EG took a timeout and they decided to, you know, kind of calm things down and stabilize and come back to how they were playing before. And so we'll see in this round, they're actually going to go for that kind of similar idea here with the smoke. They actually do a bit of a different dart, but we're going to see some aggression out here. And you see we've just got Busio here playing alone on this A site, but C9, they're just going to basically group up and do an A hit, essentially, as the aggression starts to come towards Zelsis, and so he's just going to retreat there across the rope. As soon as he kind of feels any kind of aggression, he just leaves, and in come C9 for this A main take just here. But what we're going to see from EG is Karma's rotated through spawn. We talked about this with Zeta Division, you know, not all retaking from spawn. We get the Killjoy lockdown, and they come and take this drop control. Now, the Killjoy lockdown is going to get destroyed here by this nade. So there is no Killjoy lockdown, and we get the spike down now in a 5v5 retake. EG are coming from spawn, and they're coming from the top side. Obviously, C9, they own A main. They kind of own the site as well. Sands is kind of a bit of a no man's land. And now let's see how this retake goes. And what I love about EG here, and you'll be able to kind of see it, they're going to smoke off A main here, and they're basically just going to slowly work through you know, first they're going to just clear this front site here, and then they're going to clear the actual site itself, and then they're going to clear A main, right? And Com's just going to, his job is just to kind of like contain Sans essentially, and he does that pretty well, and it's just a really, really clean retake on the whole from EG as they kind of just go step by step, eliminating each opponent as they go, and it ends up being a really clean retake.
Breaking the lockdown, if you can find a position to get them in there.
Rolling Thunder.
So many ults.
Gonna hit a couple. All doing is buying time. Leaf sidestepping the utility.
He's on top.
He's almost behind him.
Ult!
Now he's got the ult. There are 3 playing in halls, but he still has to get through the molly. He has to get through the stun. He's got to bide his time. He's got to wait until the right moment to strike. And it nets him a 3rd kill in the round. Com cleaning it up. Rooney, the last one here.
Already on the spike. There's no chance.
Yeah, there's no time for utility, man. Ethan sticks the defuse right under his nose.
But now let's finish with round number 11, which again is going to show us C9 not playing great, but EG also, you know, again, being very decisive, doing the right things, playing well. And we'll see it just here. So to start off in this round, what we're going to get is C9 are going to group up, and they're just going to do an A main hit. And we're actually going to get some aggression back here, and these guys are going to walk up silently kind of towards Arcade there, and obviously not find too much. We're going to get a massive spam of utility here from EG to start off. You get the stun there, you're going to get a drone, you're going to get both flashes and aftershock. Ethan just unloads everything pretty much. Stun comes back out from C9, we get the dart, like it's just all the utility is going in there from EG. But now they actually silently just leave. They just decide to come up towards drop, maybe trying to do kind of a silent pinch here towards the north side, not quite sure. But the dog comes in, doesn't see much, and the smokes go in and they take Sans control, and they're going to take the site as well because they're going to go for the Seekers here, our C9. And so that tells them, and I'm pretty sure all the Seekers kind of go towards drop there. And so, you know, that tells them, hey, you know, they're all kind of towards drop, which is a bit odd. They give the Killjoy the spike there, and Celsius is going to get his ult off this. But this, again, EG being decisive, realizing the situation, playing well, right? So they've got 4 people, though. They did have 4 people here, and we can see that Calm is running all the way across here. Why is Calm doing that? Well, a couple reasons. One, retaking from drop, not the easiest place to retake from all the time. Can be a bit tricky at times here to just, you know, 4-man send it this way. You know, you're going to come into these crossfires, and obviously the Seekers have told them that they're there as well. So C9 are going to end up in a really good post plan here. So Calm is coming back all the way, and a second reason for doing that is that Boostio here is going to have a really tough job. If he's alone, it's going to be really hard for him to know the timing of when to actually, you know, come forward and push this. But with Calm by his side, you know, he's going to feel a bit more confident in doing that. So Calm takes the time to come all the way around, which is the correct decision. Celsius is going to get his Killjoy locked down, and he's going to plant it down, right? And if we just pause in just a second, you'll see that C9's position is really good. Like, they've got all of the side control. They've got a Killjoy lockdown going off. They've got all the Sans control. They've got all of A main control, and they've even pushed into spawn as well, right? They've got a ton of control here, do C9. And so you'd think that this really, with a Killjoy lockdown going off, and you've got this much control, and you know where, you know, the majority of kind of these players are coming from, you'd think, well, this is a really good situation. But they're still going to manage to lose this round. First thing is, we're going to get the Killjoy lockdown destroyed by a Raise Nade here from EG. So that's kind of the first thing. The Killjoy lockdown doesn't actually go off and keep these players back for that long. And the second thing is, it felt like no one was really confident enough to be kind of, you know, the first layer to stop in this drop hit. Because as these players start to come out, you can see Rooney's position here is kind of a weird one where he's not really watching for this. He's not going to challenge it straight away. He's going to wait until they actually get onto the site to actually challenge it. But he's not with his teammates either, right? He's not really helping them with this CT fight, but he's not really helping people with, you know, making sure that they can't get out of drop. And that puts Jake in a bit of a bad spot, as we'll see in a second. Obviously, Leaf is just watching kind of for this flank, but it just all falls apart from really just one stun, because Jake's going to get stunned, and he feels like the linchpin in this, where he gets stunned, and then he's not able to trade this kill, and then it all kind of just slowly unravels, and EG are going to end up winning a round. And really, it does just come off the back of Ethan stunning Jake, as we'll see.
In the face of the ult, they muse over how they want to approach the rest of this round. Zeppa's the first to fall. Lockdown destroyed. Bustio's got a timing. He's got a window. Is he expecting Rooney there, though? No, he wasn't. And he's still in a position to make more happen, but by the time you get there, you're so heavily outnumbered.
These retakes are unstoppable right now for EG.